If you're not already, find your nice, comfortable sit. And then change that cross, make it slightly less comfortable, but let's play with it a little bit. Let's make the body wake up this morning. So stretch your arms out to the side and think about trying to touch something over on the right and then on the left and then on the right. So we're stretching into the elbows, into the wrists, into the shoulders, but also into the side body and down into the hips. So just reach. And let's look to where we're reaching and inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So not taking a long breath here, just quite short breaths. Really reach now. We're trying to absolutely lengthen the arms as long as they possibly will lengthen too, but keep the sit bones both on the mat. So think about your neck here. Notice if you are using all those muscles and it feels a little tense. And let's come back to center. And we're just going to, hopefully you've got a bit more room than me. Take that right arm to the front, left arm behind, other way around. Just bend your arms if you don't have space. But if you do have space, then nice long arms. All right, come back to center. Take your arms to your knees. Just have a little rest for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, chin to chest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, chin to ceiling. Take a deep breath in, head comes back, chin to chest. Just let your head be there for a moment. Inhaling when you need to come into that inhale, bringing your head up, taking your chin up to the ceiling. And coming back to center. Let's hit right ear to right shoulder. And feel that heaviness in that left shoulder. Let it be very heavy and soft in the elbow and the shoulder. Noticing how heavy your head is. And where that stretch can go to. Can you take it right up so it feels like it's in your ear or behind or in front? And then very slowly coming out of that stretch back to neutral. And maybe with a nice exhale over to the other side. And here feeling that heavy softness in your right shoulder, relaxing the left. Softness in the elbow, in the hand, and fingers. And then the heaviness of your head. And that beautiful stretchy feeling all the way down the right side of your neck. Maybe up into the ear, the side of your skull. And then back to center. That was absolutely lovely. Should we do it again? One more, over to the right. Softening the shoulders, relaxing both elbows. Is there some holding on going in the right shoulder? Let go. And take a nice inhale, exhale here, coming back to center when you're ready and over to the other side. Really bringing yourself back together, gathering everything in together. Mind, body, spirit in one place with your intention, with your sankalpa, whatever that is for today. It might be just a simple thought of giving yourself more attention, coming back to center. And then we're going to take the arms out one more time. We'll probably take them out a few more times, but we're going to rotate around. So right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Come to where works for you. And then turn your head round to the left. So reaching forward with that right arm, And maybe dropping the left arm behind you now. Maybe dropping the right hand to your left knee. And using your arms to give yourself a bit more twist in the spine. Lift the crown of your head. Be tall and long. And looking around. As far around as you can, widening your eyes. And then releasing with the eyes, releasing with the arms and hands. Bringing the arms back up again. And then out to the sides and round. So just stay up for a little while. Twisting around to the right. And then right hand comes down, maybe left hand to the left. Right knee. Well, at least I kept it consistent. And looking around, widening your eyes, maybe a smile, maybe a nice deep breath, as much as is possible here with this twisting going on. And look around behind you and release. Release, 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 release. Back to center. Take the legs out wide. So nice wide legs. And we're just pulsing here. So we're just going to be sliding the hands down the legs, coming back up again. Finding that point where you feel the stretch. Just forwards and backwards very gently. Toes to the ceiling, or maybe even pulled back a little bit towards you. Adding on with the breath here, so inhaling to come up, exhaling forward. Coming all the way back up, and maybe starting to lean back when you come up as well. Waking up the core, making sure that you've got some space between your sternum and your pelvis, so your back is lovely and long. And coming forwards again with that straight back. If you haven't done the stretch for a while, inner thigh stretch, this is probably going to feel quite a lot. So just fold into it, go to where works for you, use the breath. One more fold here. Now taking your hands, when you're forward folding, bringing your hands to the floor in front of you. So we're going to do that nice big stretch again, reaching forwards, lots of opening up under the arms, drop your head. Let's ease off any tension in the head and neck. It also has the added bonus of allowing you to deepen into that big stretch, into the backs of the legs, into the groin. Using your head as a bit of a counterweight. And then walking yourself gently back, all the way back up, coming into Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together. Just take a little time to match them up. Match up your heels, match up wherever your feet can touch and press them in together. Press them in quite firmly together. Just gently rubbing from your toes down across the top of your foot. Sending some nice, loving, healing energy to your feet. A little bit of gratitude. Where would we be without our feet? Not quite as mobile. That's probably fair to say. And while you're here, think about what's going on with your lower back. So are you rounding and curling in the lower back? If you are, as I am, then straighten now. So lift the chest, lift the chin a little, and think about drawing your feet in towards you if you can. Or if you're bored of doing that, you can focus on sending your knees out to the side. And that might be pressing into the knees a little, right and left, or both together at the same time. Just having a play. Switching it up a little bit, doing different things, not getting boring with the old asana practice. And straight back, leaning forward, coming away, keep it dynamic. Think about how your neck and shoulders are feeling. See if you can find a little bit of release there. Maybe a wiggle while we sit here, letting the legs do their thing. And then come into forward feet. Forward feet. Does that make sense? Let's do forward feet. Here you go. Here's forward feet. Send your feet forward. Let's come into Dandasana, or setting up for Paschimottanasana. So here we're going to do a little bit of breath work. We haven't done our structured breath work really today, so we're going to do it with the Paschimottanasana. So we're going to inhale and exhale with the movement. So we'll inhale the arms up and we'll exhale to fold. Inhaling all the way up, continuing that movement. Finish that full inhalation. Exhaling, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Reaching high when you get to this top point. Exhaling to fold and really fold forward. Use your arms to draw yourself forward. When you're ready, coming into that inhale and exhale, cycle at your own pace, 3 rounds. See how much you can deepen the breath, slow the breath down, especially on the exhale. And use the whole of your lungs, every little bit that you can utilize, bring it into play, into action. And I love the exhale on this because it's so physical to feel yourself compressing down, curling in, squashing the chest, pushing the air out from your belly. Last one. Feel free to close your eyes here if you would like to. Take yourself into that little cocoon space. And then coming up and sitting up. Well done. Lovely, nice little breath work there. We're going to come into something that's a little challenging on this, but we will not hold for too long, coming into our reverse plank. Starting to warm up the rest of the body a little bit more. So fingers are pointing towards your hips, arms a little behind you, it's easier. But you can always walk your feet forward, so don't worry too much about that. And then we're going to tuck the toes towards the face a little, heels to the mat, lift the hips. If you feel that you're really strong into wrists here, push your fingers into the mat as well. Take your toes away from you and lift your hips. Send your sternum up towards the ground to ceiling, and drop your head back if that feels comfortable for you. Now squeeze your glutes here, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Remember to breathe. Toes pointing down towards the ground. Lengthen through the front of the body, through the back of the body. Widen your chest, lift your sternum, and then taking your hips back down. All the way back down, bringing your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around, dropping your forehead down. Sometimes in that back reverse plank, you can get a little bit dizzy if you've dropped your head back all the way. And maybe if you were holding your breath, so just grounding in here, taking a breath. And then bringing yourself into a tabletop position. So come to tabletop. Take your hands into fists and pop your knuckles on down to the mat. And just set your knees up so that they're directly under your hips. Your feet are behind your knees. Hands and wrists under your shoulders. And pushing your mid-back up towards the ceiling, tucking your belly button towards your spine. Taking a breath. And then taking your hands down towards the mat into your tabletop position. Tucking your toes towards each other now, pushing all the way back. We're going to take the right hand and slide it underneath. So we're pushed all the way back, hips are to heels. So you're in your balasana position. And now we're going to take the right arm underneath the left and slide it as far away as possible, bringing yourself down onto that right shoulder. If you feel that you need more room, that is not comfortable, you can slide your whole torso forward and lift your bottom up into the air. Do what works for you. And here we can take the left arm and wrap it around the body, trying to find that right hip. Notice if your hips are sliding over to the left, try and bring them back into line. Right cheek is to the mat or right temple. And then uncurling that left arm, taking it up towards the ceiling, opening the hands out wide. Fingers are spread out as wide as you can. And then bringing your left hand down towards your face, pressing into the floor, pushing yourself up. Right hand comes down to the mat as well, and then we're going to take the hips back or exactly where you were last time. Find that space that works for you. We're going to take the left hand underneath now, bringing yourself onto the top of the left shoulder, your left cheek. Find that space that works for you, and then taking your right arm up and round, tucking it round by your left hip or your left side, or maybe just into your lower back, if that feels better for you. Remember to keep that nice breath going, steady, in and out, in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. And then lifting your right arm up towards the ceiling, maybe giving yourself a little more twist here. Adjusting if you need to find a bit more stretch, a bit more opening up, a bit more space to let go. Fingers are wide, and then bringing that right hand down, pressing into the floor, and coming back up. So we're coming back to the tabletop. We were only in tabletop for a few seconds before, weren't we? So let's come back to tabletop. Now we're going to extend the right hand and the left leg. So strong into the left hand, right arm out, left leg out. Stretching and reaching. Think about your neck here. Are you holding on to some little bit of extra tension? Yes, of course we need to be holding the neck and the head in position. But is there a little bit of tension that you can let go of? Even in that strength that you need. And then bringing the right arm and left leg back. Pressing into that right hand, pushing the right shoulder away from the floor, and then lifting the left arm and the right leg. Try not to sink into that right arm. Lift your torso away. Stay light and airy. Reaching forwards, reaching backwards. And then gently bringing your hand and your leg back together. Taking your knees out to the side. Big toes are together. And then pushing yourself back. So nice wide knees here, as wide as you can make them. And then sliding your arms forward, bringing your chin to the mat. If that doesn't really work or doesn't feel good, bring your forehead to the mat. Do what works for you. Think about widening your shoulders here. I know they're open and they're forwards, but see if you can get some space between them as well. Taking the right shoulder over to the right side, left shoulder over to the left side. And then drawing yourself all the way back up. Coming back into that downward facing dog. Not yet, not yet. I'm preempting, giving the game away. Downward facing dog is coming, but for now, tabletop, and let's come into cat cow. Belly to the mat, back of the head, towards the hips up towards the sky, and then uncurling. Today, let's think about starting that movement around the belly button. So sinking your belly button down towards the floor, letting everything else curl up and round as you inhale. And then drawing the belly button up towards your spine, spine towards the ceiling. Everything curls in, tucks in, folds in. And we've exhaled. So we're inhaling now, belly button to the mat. Exhaling, belly button to the sky. Inhaling, feeling that lovely stretch all the way along your spine. And one more. Let's do one more because it's just such a lovely movement. And coming back to neutral. And now we're coming into downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under, send your hips up, straighten through the backs of your legs, tilting into that V, the upside down V that we're looking for. How are your Achilles doing today? Let's do a little gentle sway of the hips from side to side. Can you get those heels moving towards your mat? Rocking your hips from side to side, but pushing the floor away with your hands. And then looking forward to your hands, coming back into your tabletop position, and then crossing your feet together or pushing your feet together so big toes are touching, coming back into kneeling. So we're sitting on our feet. If that isn't a very nice posture for you, you can always take your feet away. So you're sitting back down on the floor. We're just coming up into that nice tall seated position. You're going to take the right hand down to the right side and leaning over. Supporting ourselves with the right hand and just allowing that big stretch to happen on the left side. And then lifting up, coming over to the other side. If you'd like to, you can always bend that elbow, giving yourself that bit more bendiness in the right. And of course, if kneeling for this long isn't comfy, we're going over to the other side one more time. Come into an easy cross-leg pose or send your feet out in front of you. Looking for that nice opening up around the hips here. Over to the other side. Last time on this side. Then we're going to be coming up to standing. There we are, coming back up. Bring yourself up to standing. So tuck your toes under. Bring yourself into an easy forward fold. So sending the hips up and the head down. So rolling the hips up, allowing your head to come into that lovely forward fold and staying here in inversion just for a moment. So stay there, in that lovely forward fold. Remember to breathe as deeply as you can in and out. Make some space between your feet if you'd like to, stepping them out a little further away from each other or bringing them in. And if you feel like you want to intensify the stretch, you can take your hands and interlace them behind your legs. And then very gently and slowly slide them a little closer towards the ground. You're sliding your hands further down the backs of your legs, intensifying the stretch. If you can, if it works, consciously letting go of any tension on your shoulders, on the back of your neck, in your shoulders, in the back of your neck. Imagining that you are a beautiful vase or vessel and you're turned upside down so you can empty out every last little bit of the old, making space when we're ready for the new, and then gently drawing yourself up and just settle for a moment, let that blood go back to where it normally is, and then we're going to take a nice wide stance. So big wide legs here, and then turn the right toes out to the narrow end of your mat, and the hips will follow. So take the hips around as well, because we're coming into some nice big stretches for the hips and thighs. So taking your arms up on that inhale and dropping down on the exhale. Here we are in warrior one. Think about lengthening that back leg. If you have got a bit more space, you can always take the toes back a little further and drop yourself down and deeper. Think about how strong that left hip is there and the right hip. Squeezing into that left glute a little, lifting your chin, giving yourself some room in the chest. Inhaling and exhaling freely through that nose of yours. Breathing kit. And then bringing your hands down to your right thigh and your knee down. So back knee comes down, lengthening out, straightening, flattening the foot to the floor. So we're in a very low lunge here. And let's try and find our peace in this posture. Unhook your shoulders, relax your arms. If you feel that it's too much and you've got too much tension there and you can't quite manage to get any kind of relaxation, either walk the right foot back or bring the left foot in. Holding in that lunge. Well done. And we're going to take the toes under again. So bring your hands down to the floor, tuck your left toes under, straighten and lengthen that back leg, and then bringing yourself up again, whoops, with a wobble, straightening your right leg, bringing yourself up to standing and coming all the way around. Take a breath. Let's just, oof, yeah. Oof, the breath out. Bring yourself into Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a breath, lift your kneecaps, a little bit of a bend in the knee, folding forward. Time for a breather, time for a breath or two. And then uncurling to come up. It might be that if you're ever in, I'm going over to the other side. So let's take the left toes to the left, narrow side of the mat. Let your right foot do what it needs to do. And then let's come into warrior, and then I'll start burbling and chatting to you. Lift your chest, lift your chin, open your arms. Sometimes when you do a really big, deep stretch in the hips, we need to just take a little time to breathe and settle. So if you're ever in a class or practicing with me and you just need to take a moment after a big hip opener, don't ignore it. Go with what you feel like you need to do. Listen to your body. Breathing in here nice and deep and slow. And then taking your hands down to that left thigh, right knee comes down, release out the right foot. And we're in the lunge here without the hold. Soften through your shoulders. Mine were up by my ears. Take yours away from your ears. And then we're coming back one more time, tucking the toes under, lengthening through that back leg, lifting the arms back up again, and straighten that right leg, left leg. This time, hands just gently on the base of your spine as you fold yourself forwards. And let your head go here. Let's nod the head. Are you well? Yes. Nod the head. Is it raining? No. Shake the head. Oh, probably is raining. But anyway, just give your head a nice little stir around, move around. Taking your chin over to opposite sides. And just imagine all the annoying thoughts and niggly bits just falling out of the top of your head and gently being swallowed up by that kind earth. And then rolling up, coming up to stand, not locking your knees, and bringing your legs in together. So there we are. I've got rid of all of the annoying thoughts. I've got rid of all of the stress there. And let's bring that right knee up. Take your hands, either just holding on, or you can link your fingers around if you like, and lift. You give yourself a nice big lift there. You're going to do a little bit of balance work, she says, and then promptly falls over. Right, so there we are. Standing tall. Right knee pulled in. And then we're going to take the right knee out to the side. So let go of the left arm. Comes out for balance if you would like it there. Find your drishti point, your gaze point to help you balance. Right leg comes out to the side. Well done. Well done, well done. Slowly bringing it back to center. And bringing that left arm back in. Another bit of a hug. Lifting that thigh to the chest. And then we're going to keep this right leg up. So take it down, but don't take it to the floor. And she'll just put it sideways. Bring it down behind you and see if you can find that foot behind you. Bring your knees together. And holding on just at the side of your foot or your calf, wherever works for you. Bringing that right foot up towards your bum and then letting go. Maybe not as fast as I just did. I was losing my balance. So there we go. Bringing your weight now into your right leg. Bringing your left knee up and then holding on. So nice, kind, gentle hold. Your knee up. And then we're going to be releasing with the right hand, holding with the left. Right arm coming out for balance. Left knee out to the left side. Well done, lovely balance. And as always, if you come out, just gently come back in again, bringing your knee back to center, and then you're going to find that foot behind. Bring your heel towards your glutes. And feel the sense of letting go of any tension in the front of that left thigh even. And then releasing, bringing that foot up to the side. You might want to kick them out a little bit if you feel like it. And coming into a little bit more hippie stuff. So when we're trying to let go of lots of big stuff in the body and the mind, quite good to do some work in the hips and get that all nice and cleared out. So let's take the knees wide, sliding down, and then you might need to adjust how far away the feet are from each other, because what we're looking for is to come into that nice goddess posture, and let's keep it a little bit dynamic so the knees don't lock up and feel uncomfortable. So a little bit of movement there, a little bit sliding to the side, and then opening the arms up. We were saying this is cactus arms. So cactus arms, slidey to the side, and then coming up onto toes as well. So we're taking the left heel off, right heel off, bending the chest really wide and tall, and alternating, coming onto those toes. Well done. And then let's come onto both at the same time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, straighten the legs. Prasarita Padukasana. This time, right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. And lengthen through the back of your head and your neck. Close your eyes. Find a little bit of peace and calm. And settle the breath. Keep breathing in and out slowly and lengthen the out breath. Lengthening as well through the backs of your legs, sending your hips up towards the ceiling. And then walking the feet in as you start to uncurl and come up to standing. Well done. Let's come into a little bit of warrior 2 before we come down to lying on the mat. So we're going to take the legs back out again. Might as well have just left them where they were, right? Oh well. Hips are aligned with the long end of the mat, right toes to the narrow end of the mat. Chest is open and wide, arms are out. Chin over to the right shoulder. And let's bend that right knee. You always walk the foot forward if you feel you need to. Now take it to what works for you for today. And we're taking the right elbow down to the right knee and giving yourself that lovely long stretch all the way along the left side. Think about taking your hips slightly over to the left, dropping your weight down and really supporting yourself through your right arm and right leg. Well done. And then we're coming away, so taking the arm away, straightening that right leg, taking the right toes in, taking the left toes over to the left side now. Okay, we're taking the arms out and slowly dropping into the left shoulder. And then right Leg is straight, left knee and left arm in contact. Bring that right arm all the way up and over. And then seeing if you've got a little bit more bend in that left knee. And then bringing yourself all the way up. One last time into Prasarita Padadasana. This time hands either wrapped around each other or gently resting on the floor directly below your head. And walking the legs in, coming into a squat. Into our squat position. And from here, we're going to be coming down to the ground. So make sure you have enough space. And however works for you, coming down to lying on your mat. Hug your knees in and give them a lovely rock from side to side, massaging through your lower back, through your hips. And then taking your feet up towards the ceiling. So holding, feet are up towards the ceiling, toes just very gently towards your face. Not really pulling, but just as if you were holding something on the soles of your feet and it needed to just be flat. Straighten through your knees. Well done. Now we're going to keep the right leg up towards the ceiling and slowly lower the left leg down. So think about where you'd like to have your arms, maybe out to the sides, maybe you'd like to just tuck your thumbs just under your hips. You can always experiment with that one, but we're slowly dropping or moving the left leg down towards the ground. Keeping your toes engaged. Keeping your lower back pushing down towards the floor. Keeping your core nice and strong. Almost down to the ground, into that hover, and then we're going to come back up again. And this is where the left leg starts to feel quite heavy. Gently drawing it all the way back. Feet are level. And then the right leg starts its journey down. Notice if you've got a lot of extra tension here in the shoulders or in the neck. See if you can release some of it and take that activity and action just into the belly, into the chest, into the hips. The leg is down just to a float, not to a touchdown, and then we're coming back up. All the way, nice and slow. And then when they are both back together again, bringing them in for a hug. Wrap your arms around, a bit of a rock from the side to side. We're going to go into a really nice spinal twist here. So let's take our time to set ourselves up just right. So you'll know where you like to have your knees and legs to give yourself the best spinal twist. So let's take the arms out and then take the knees over to the right side. Now it might be that they're really bent. It might be that you'd rather have your feet flat to the floor before you take the knees over to the right side. Do what works for you. And for some people, it even works very well to have the left leg hooked over the right when you're going over to the right side. So experiment, try, see what works for you. What we're looking for though is to have no air between your left shoulder and the floor. So if you start to have your left shoulder levitating off, then it might be time to do something slightly different with the legs. And remember that we're turning the head over in the opposite direction. Just trying to get as much twist as possible all the way down and up the spine. You have some softness around the right shoulder. And then bring your head back to center, bring your knees back to center. Just a pause before going over to the other side. And whatever you did on this side, do on the other side. Same movement. We try to replicate the movements on the right and the left. It gives us a really good opportunity to see when things aren't quite in balance. Or if we've got a little tightness on one side and not the other. Taking that twist all the way from the Atlas axis point back in your neck, where your head rests or joins your spine, all the way down, right to your sacrum. Breathing really deeply here, but softly as well. So soft, deep, slow breath. And bringing to mind your sankalpa, your intention for yourself. And bringing yourself back, head first, then the knees, and then let's come into happy baby. So right leg and right arm, left leg and left arm and hand, and doing what really feels like you need right here. And it might be that you want to hold on around the feet so you get even more of a deep stretch, bringing the knees towards the armpits, towards the ground, and just having a play. And then bringing the knees in for a hug and a rock from side to side. Well done. Bringing your forehead up to your knees and curling yourself into a tiny ball as tightly as possible. Squeeze all the muscles in your feet, in your hands, in your arms, in your legs, in your core, in your chest, in your neck, the back of your head. all of the features of your face. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Come down to lying on your mat. Letting your legs go. Coming into Shavasana. Finding what you need to be comfortable here and finding the right position for you. Give yourself space. So imagine that around your whole body is a beautiful flow of delightful energy. So give it all some room to move. Everything in your body has been stretched and pulled and opened and made to work. So close your eyes here and find that space that you need to just let everything breathe, everything flow, everything just be exactly where it's meant to be. A feeling of expansive openness and softness in the body. Giving yourself that space. Breathing in through your nostrils. Breathing out through your mouth or your nostrils. Feeling where your body's in contact with the ground. Feeling where your body's in contact with the air. And feeling that you're breathing with both. Breathing in and out. And letting all of your worries and troubles just slide off you and into the ground, where they just magically disappear. With every in-breath, feeling a sense of growth and expansiveness, space within. With every out-breath, making more room, making space. Relax your feet, relax your calves, relax your knees, relax your thighs, relax your hips, relax your belly, relax your chest. Relax your hands. Relax your arms. Relax your shoulders. Relax the whole of your spine. Relax the back of your head. Relax your neck. And relax your throat. Relax the whole of your face. Relax the crown of your head. And then get one with yourself. Taking your breath in. And as you exhale, starting to move, maybe not physically move, but feel that sensation of movement within, in your palms, in the soles of your feet. Taking a deep breath in, and when you're ready, moving to your right side, allowing your spine to curl, finding a comfortable position for your legs, lying on your right side, just listening to the sounds the sensations in your body. Feeling in that feeling of calm and peace. When you're ready, coming up to sit. An easy cross-leg pose, or any other position that suits you today. Keeping your eyes closed, bringing your hands to heart center. Pressing the palms of your hands together, giving that nice strength and dynamism in the arms and the chest. And then just releasing to find that heat center by rubbing the hands together and cupping them over your eyes, blinking into that space, pressing your hands gently around your eyes, blinking your eyes, open and closed, taking a deep breath in. With your eyes open now, floating your hands down towards heart center and namaste. Namaste. Thank you for joining me on the mat, for joining you on the mat, mind, body and spirit in one place, hopefully. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely day.
Thanks, Kate. That was wonderful.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
That was lovely. Yeah, really enjoyed. Excuse me. Really enjoyed that. It felt a very short period of time, which shows how much.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
It did go quickly. Yeah.
Putting an hour into half an hour.